All right. Good morning, brothers and sisters. How you folks all doing over there, out there? Holy tamale. Okay, I'm gonna just put this microphone right in my face. Okay, I'm on the verge of squealing out of control with the feedback. And they tell me, be rational, not make the kind of irrational kind of moves. Think things through, go with the flow. Okay. I'm gonna really real here now. I guess there's an industry that's wrapped itself around the promotion, if you will, of a oh my God, I don't believe in God, I'm gonna end it all it's traumatic. In our quest for toilet tissues, culturally speaking, we line up and then we vilify one another, and then we throw one another into these collective groups of counseling sessions. When we were growing up, that was called a kick in the ass. Excuse my language with the arse. But you need to move forward. You cannot just take cracks and then forget why you're taking cracks. Okay? Now, in certain situations, we got this in life right now. We get certain situations where certain people, okay, are better at certain things. Some people are good, okay? That kind of people that don't drink out of the milk carton and put them back in the ice box, okay? You know the guys. And then you get this other kind of guys that just vilify, slander, okay? I'm talking libel and all. And that's when you go outside and you know what I'm talking about. The proverbial, hey, who took my slippers? Somebody took my slippers, right? Who took my slippers? And now we act as if, what? That was your slippers. I never know it was your slippers. Yes, you took my slippers. And now, you're running around like one freaking jackass, or dodo head, whatever you want to call yourself, progressive. You get issues with your neighbor. So then you run down the street and burn down somebody's house you don't know. Or it's like if your children, no, that's it. Not only do you get sent to your room, now you want to burn down your room. Now where are you going to go stay? You'll have to go stay with your friend at the friend's house. Okay? Go over there and try to burn down that. After a while, you're going to run out of options. Okay? Dear Snooty Guy, what's with this idol worshipping, yoga, posing, and all that? Okay, first of all, hey, yoga is unbelievably awesome. If you can get into the frame of mind, and you can do it, and anyone can, if you just put your mind to it, it's so therapeutic. It's awesome. But let's make sure that we don't take the mindset of, like I said, looking at ourselves in the mirror in public or in a more group setting. So, for example, you got your rear end somehow pointed upward over your head, and it's pointed straight back at you. Now you, or I, especially myself, can be infatuated with my own derriere. I can actually project my own projectivity upon my objectivity, which is my object, which has no objectivity whatsoever. But now it's hovering over my head. And now that I have mirrors all over my studio, I can have a group self-worship session. Hey, is this freaking microphone in my face? What's up with this? Dear Snooty Guy, the toxicity is rife. You are a disgusting representation of what is wrong in today's toxic environment. Okay, wait. I just cleaned my shower, and you know what? I used a little bit of Lysol. And guess what I read? Warning. Toxic. And I know that as men and women, or even people who are kind of in between knowing what they are, we all use toxicity to get to the cleansing of it. Okay? I don't care if you use sea salt, vinegar, lemon. Give me a call. because I think you're an elevated soul. But the normal person who complains of toxicity, mouth breathe. And scrub as I try. Oh my god. And we mouth breathe these chemicals in the form of, disinfectants. And we believe that that is the cure-all to the problem. And in many cases it does. It's effective 99.9. And what happens is that becomes a clean bathroom, or a clean shower, or a clean house, whatever. However you want to look at it. Okay. Sometimes leaving a mess is symbolic. You leave it for a while and you let your partner, hey, you left the toilet down. Oh yeah? Well, you left, mildew on the wall. Oh, well, yeah, you take 45 showers. I take 3. Okay. I have been in the shower. The last time was last Thursday. Okay. That means I go beach or whatever I might do, and I find a way to keep clean. Okay. I don't have to, go clean up after 15 rug rats. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I go and surf. You know what I'm saying? I'm out. Okay. I go in, hey, see you guys later. I'm going Lanai for a freaking deer hunt. Oh, dear snooty guy, your toxicity is evident, and you're still the same spokesperson for supremacists and everything. Okay, last time I looked on A&E, never really find too much supremacists, and then when the one I saw was dumb, freaking microphone in my face again, bro. I'm giving freaking guy, go talk to the guy. So the kind with the toxicity again, we mouth breathing Lysol. I mouth breathe some disinfectant every other day. I wanted my shiny tires, so I went out there and huffed some Armor All. And then I was sanding down some stuff, so I got real mad and I got real up in it. And then I sanded all the dust into my face, and then I just huffed it, the varnish. And then I complained about my neighbor, who just the thought of him is toxic. What the frick? Hey. For real. You know what I'm saying? Not act, bro. Not act. No act, hey. I don't know. I think that men are constructive. This is the difference, okay? And I don't know why. If you folks don't like mansplaining, okay, you got the wrong channel. Say, for example, you got a group of guys and we're looking over some blueprints. A few guys are mouth breathing. That means we don't know what the heck we're doing. And then we just kind of stay in the background and, shake our head like that, I guess. But the smarter guys, they know how to read blueprints. And so the blueprint gets, discussed in the morning over coffee. All right, what? Okay, that pile of stuff that I have get moved, I'm going to trim that down. We're going to bring this down about 3 inches. And then I'm going to have to go and trim this, so I might have to run it down and do that. Okay. You want me to start with this? Yeah, okay. Oh, boom, 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 boom. Boom, boom, right there. Everything's on, Compressors, trucks driving by, dust, mouth breathing some dirt, And then all of a sudden you think, hey, we yelling at brother. What, you got that? Yeah. And so what happens is men get together and we discuss the plan in the morning. And then we scream and yell all the way through the process until lunch. And then we take a break. What you like doing, man? And then we get back and then boom. So the point is, it's like a sandwich. We talk it out, yell, scream, do the work. Boom, talk it out at lunch. Yell, scream, do the work. And then boom, pahana. We finish. That's it. That's if you can keep up. For me, I'm on the B squad, okay? I usually hit the bench early, okay? I'm the first one to the canteen. That's what I'm talking about, okay? I'm already mumbling that it's near lunch, but it's like 9:45. Okay. I'm the one who's super break it. Whenever, okay? I don't care. So, what happens is, we get to the point where Men work it out. We talk it out. We're constructive. That's why they call it construction. We construct things that save lives, i.e. plumbing systems, septic systems, storm drainage systems, keep the roadways safe, runoff prevention systems, embankment prevention systems. Or we're demoing people's houses and making livable conditions for people. We're doing good God's work. That's why you hardly see us. You see us at reflective vests all day in traffic, passing, be it lawn mowing, hedge trimming, tree trimming. Coconut tree trimming is a big time cool thing. Those guys who are climbers, they're bad. I mean, that's pretty incredible. Hey, what happened this year? I don't know. It's same old, Oh, what? That big tree came down. Oh, yeah, they had to cut that big tree, Mm-hmm. And did it not save your family's life? Oh, yeah, we could have died, But that guy just went up there and hung around and risked his life. And then we paid him. Oh, yeah. How much was it worth? Who cares? It was a lot. I'm telling you. I don't know what his life is worth. But we paid $1,800, that kind of stuff. So yeah, the layman is always misunderstood. We work hard, so you don't have to, like the scrubbing bubbles. But when we get back home, no more lists, no more, hey, Thomas, can you do this? Hey, Stephen, Joe, Bob, can you guys do this? Boom, 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 boom. That's what we start with, is a list. Okay? No more lists. No one can do the job. Okay? That means we're having coffee for nothing. Okay? Rainy day? Oh, schedule some indoor stuff. Okay? Hey, schedule it. Just a little bit. Schedule it. Just a little bit. Hey. Trim, paint. Use the bucket. Oh, need a shovel now to the head. Bow, bow. Whatever you need, okay? Freaking hey, boy. I tell you what. Once we put irrational thinking types in charge of things, that's when we know our pants are too tight. You know when your pants are too tight? That's right, when all your testicular fortitude is squozen away. That's right, I say it's squozen away. Yeah, you lost, brother. Okay? And, hopefully, we pray you will find yourself. Okay? Look for Jesus. Look for the writings. Check it. The scriptures. Oh, that's not scientifically congruent. What about the geological findings, yeah? The unusually pure sulfur findings right outside the Dead Sea. Yeah? What about those things that look like Romanesque type structures? Yeah? That are encrusted, that look like buildings. Huh? What is that? What is that archaeological find over there? Oh, you sodomite? Huh? Oh, you're not a sodomite. Sorry, wrong city there. Huh? Anyway, Snooty Guy, are you interested or are you, what's going on over here? Hey, I don't care what people do in the privacy of their own home, okay? But when we teach our children about that type of stuff, yeah, then we basically betraying public trust. We are not so. Hey, when it comes down to books, okay, you get 3 or 4. Look at it like this. You get one book, Doggy Positions of Peekaboo Sex. Okay, the second book, Cover Your Face Up, Cover Your Mouth, Cover Your Head and Your Face, because now you're a woman, so walk diligently through the desert. Okay, that book. And here's another book, Civility, Love Thy Neighbor, Courage. Right? Which book are you gonna? And there's your tree. It says the good tree bears good fruit. Yeah. The bad tree, bad fruit. Huh? Check your fertilizer, brother. Huh? Check your acidity levels. Insert some mangoes or whatnot. That guano. Spray the bugger. What? Freaking people is like total head, intellectually freaking inept. And I'm talking about the intellectual crowd who thinks that basically confusing our children. And I know what it is. You wrapping an industry around the confused child. Okay? These are the children that are misled by our educational system, that are embedded with the psychological community, who are embedded with the pharmaceutical community, who have a plan in store for you, boo-boo. But they don't give a crap about your dietary needs. If they were, they would put more of their pharmaceutical interests into naturopathic solutions, i.e. back to the victory gardens of the Second World War, where we had people growing gardens and sharing foods, and dairy products were pure because the animals had fodder that included industrial hemp or hemp fodder for higher protein molecular counts in milk and dairy and so forth. You know what I'm talking about. You think you're one freaking dummy or what? But you intellectual thinks hey, what? So if somebody think this way, then they're not gonna know how to read the truth. You just look.com. What the heck, what's going on over here, right? Look at the discrepancies. That's what I said. The freaking discrepancies. Oh, well, the pharmaceutical industry, yeah, Hippocrates said, let your food be your medicine, you bobo head. Hippocrates this, you, wow. And then what about the oath? The Hippocratic oath that all health practitioners should have supposed to have taken, that they're now omitting. It's an oath to do no harm. And they cannot do no harm because back to the toxicity of Lysol and other cleaners, sometimes those are used to kill. Alright? I would go sea salt, which is abrasive. Vinegar, cleansing. Water, which is a binding, I don't know what you call that, a mutual binding element. And then I would just say spray that with some lemon juice right for the fresh crispiness of it. Maybe some mint or lavender. And just, hey, let your house be bathed. And just, opulence. Is that a word? Opulence. You freaking done it. Oh, bah. Dear Snooty Guy, I see you drink coffee a lot. It seems as if I'm always seeing you around coffee. How much coffee have you had? Why are you edgy? Why? What is it to you? You and dummy or what too? You think I'm going to sit here and tell you what I always go do? No. I'd rather see you go, boo-boo. Yeah, that's right. I'm rhyming all the time. Because caffeine is a friend of mine. And if you see me there, then that means you were there too. What a freaking bobo head. Dear Snooty Guy, why do men fall short, and why do they think that they can keep up with women, especially in these days with the progressiveness nature of, I'll just find another guy online. You know what? Men, don't really give a crap. And we never did care. I can tell you what, I'll be more excited about a bowl of soup and maybe 5 or 6 BLT sandwiches on a Sunday afternoon. And I'm talking stretching those BLT sandwiches all the way into the evening hours. And it's taking a day of rest. Now, why would I want to perpetuate confusion? Men and women get to a stoplight, they don't know or how to agree on going left or right. Well, you can, oh my crying out loud, and that's at a stop sign, And getting back to the construction site where a bunch of men work it out first and agree on a plan and then just scream and yell through it. No. A husband and wife will scream and yell through the planning process and then just basically not do the project together very well. And it's an arduous, emotionally based project where a bunch of men just agree on a plan and get it done. It's called communication. No hating here, no hating but love. Communication. Yeah, my brother, we can rise above. Communication. You know what I'm talking about? Come on. You freaking dummies. Why don't you have anything better to do? Obviously, I'm not going to put my butt in your face. You're not looking for cleavage today. Not with my extremely conservative type of wardrobe here. Okay? No. Anywho, I hope all of this is helpful to you folks, okay? Just talk it out. When you have an industry that's looking to take away courage from our children, have them question which bathroom to go use. And then be sensitive enough to say, oh my God, all right, you're darker than me, go ahead. No, I'll hold it. And then get an infection in our kids because we're holding our pee all day. And then you're going to make them feel like dummies because they're not exposed to God and the Word of God. Courage, strength through wisdom, which is she in Proverbs. But no, you folks go, oh my God, oh my God. So you're shortening that to OMG because you don't want to believe in God. Because if you believed in God, that means you would love for your brothers and your fathers. But you don't. You're hateful. You want to drive the bus when it's already kind of going down the road on tram already. Oh, we can just take this over right now. So you have right now a train which is carrying food to cities, and it's called civility. Okay? This whole thing called progress is actually progressiveness. But the terrible T's who want to tear this whole place down, okay, they want to drive the bus. Okay, no, we need reform. We do need reform. But they want to drive the bus when actually it's not even a bus, it's just a tram. It's on rails, just kind of cruising along. And so when we throw a wrench in that plan and interrupt the food supplies, interrupt trucking deliveries, interrupt contracts, rule agreements because there's no building to deliver goods to, you're destroying your bedroom like a spoiled little baby. And all of you other people who are empowering this movement through your own hatred that you have inside of you, nobody's inciting that in you. If someone's inciting hatred within you, that means that person's more powerful than you and you're weak. You're just weak, and that means you don't have the courage of Christ in you right now. Or the courage of God. Jesus, the great field worker. And you deny that love to your children's children's children. When this story is what built this place, this tram car. You know, as soon as we're in a waiting line over here at Starbucks, as soon as we order our croissant and get some cocoa, we're going to go head down to the studio and we're going to write some music about how terrible all of this is. By the way, the croissant came from a whitey. Cocoa came from a whitey. Because it's Swiss. Okay, Swiss cocoa. Hello. And then probably the recording studio, a lot of that stuff came from whitey. Okay? Via German microphone technology. Okay? All of these things, the jet plane you took there, spewing out petroleum droplets. Okay? All of that. Killing dolphins as we come over here. No. Don't justify your liberalism by tearing down the tram that's been coasting along since the 40s. Boo-booze, yeah, you're boo-booze, yeah, boo-boo, ba, doo-doo-ba, boo, shh, shh, freaking dummies. Yeah, well, anywho, I hope you folks got something out of this. You tearing down your own house because you're unhappy with what mommy said. Hey, first of all, freaking don't listen to mommy anymore. A lot of moms got hatred in them. They need to stop hating whoever the father of their children are. And they need to be better people too. You know, a lot of this isn't toxicity as if it's just confined to one person or one human being. No, this is a spiritual battle between good and evil. Decency and indecency. And, hey, you know, tearing a child out, when a live child, and genetically speaking, clinically speaking, it's a live child, tearing that out of someone, it could be construed as being a horrific experience for somebody, especially that little baby whose life is now denied. And if you've gone through something like that, it's okay through prayer. If you love Jesus, just say, Lord, I need you. I love you. I need to forgive everybody I'm mad at. I need to forgive my mother for keeping me from my father. I need to keep my father from doing all he could but not being there, even though he faced jail time and he was threatened with jail time maybe. He was always vilified, kept from certain programming, and institutionalized thought process that's anti-Christ. So the fathers are vilified naturally because that's how you destabilize an economy. So you think all of this, now you're going to be told to wear a diaper over your face. Huh? Dear Snooty Guy, here we go. I'm an older person, we're baboom, our immune system, hey, right, I get it. If you are an older person and you're a believer in Christ, this isn't for you, okay? This is for my hippie friends. Oh, we had the best music in the 60s and 70s. Oh my God, we worked. Oh, we went to every festival we lived through the best music, best food. We had the best cars, the fastback Mustang 67. We did everything. We lived such a, okay, so but now you guys got to put on your masks. But you kids got to wear a mask now. But we had the best. We had the best childhood. We used to swing from tire swings. We jump in the pond, but hey, but you guys got to wear a mask. Okay? No. We had concerts, groups of people, but no. But you guys got to sit in solitude behind a plex. That's how you, yeah. That's a little selfish, huh? I say if you're older than, 35? Yeah. You should be basically, okay, I can die any moment now. Especially if you go Lex Brody's or someplace like that. That's what I said. You go to someplace and you're not prepared to pay the price, don't go there. Don't go for a checkup if it's going to bankrupt you. Okay? If you're going to be caught off guard, believe in Christ. Pray. Okay? Eat mud. Eat some moss. Squeeze that moss, you get some iodine. And don't do anything I say ever on this show as a disclaimer, okay? It's a facade. It's like, that freaking microphone, bro. Anyway, I just wanted to actually publicly apologize to everybody for being there when I wasn't wanted to be there, for being outspoken, for questioning your hatred, for not understanding where you're coming from with being okay with sodomy, but you're not okay with children learning how to shoot a rifle. That you believe in unicorns, but you don't want me to have a sidearm or to open carry. But the unicorn has a horn on its head that can stab other unicorns, and that's why you don't see unicorns around, I guess, or whatever. They're uncontrollable in their emotional approach. To whereas gun owners are pretty much more rational because they've been educated and they take it as their responsibility. And then they'll have the civic duty to be a good citizen. And so that's why you look at both sides of it. You go, oh my God, I don't believe in God. Oh my God, what is that, a unicorn? Okay, bring it here. Oh my God, you poked me, you little bastard. Yeah, you can be stupid like that. Or you can actually just try to be a smart guy. Dear Snooty Guy, why the profanity? Oh my God. I apologize for that. Next. Snooty Guy, you're an idiot. I'm ashamed of America, and you're part of the reason. Look at you, you're ridiculous. Thank you. I appreciate that. I am a product of green linoleum and vinyl orange chairs. Yeah. No, I don't take what you say seriously. I take it as a comment that I can, as fodder. Whatever the rigidness in you, I'm sure it serves a purpose. I'm grateful for you. I love you, not intimately, but spiritually speaking, as a brother, agape love. And I'll pray for your productivity and the blessed love for your family, through the divinity and grace through God, Christ, Jesus Christ. I do not deny my love for Christ. So that might turn you all off. That might get me censored. But hey, I love that guy. And he's a North African hippie. He wasn't white. Probably had quite the tan because he was a carpenter. And he was very well educated. And he was quite spiritual, I understand. And the Romans followed him around with great interest as well for taxation purposes. And everything he said was pretty well documented because there was nothing else to do back then. Okay, there was only one narrative, only one news channel. Okay, so anywho, Jesus is good. Love you guys. Pray for people you don't see eye to eye with. Hopefully, these brothers and sisters will come back to the table of dialogue and rational thought. Some of us have a facade of toxicity, but basically we're productive people. Just keep building each other up and trying to love one another. And if it takes a little disinfectant, a little toxicity to get things cleaned up, well, look at it like that. Stop mouth breathing. Stop perpetuating this angst over self regret. And be grateful, and I think that's the trick, is gratitude. Alrighty. Anywho, take it easy. Love one another. Stay strong. Peace.